youth and their mindset, since Youth Club is basically about that. So I've sent you a couple of questions, but let's go out of those questions in general. So I wanted to talk about relationship in general, and in relationship in general about friends in general. आप एक कहा जाता है कि आप अपने दोस्त के दीन पे होते हैं. So, friends play an important role in whatever life you do and whatever activities you get involved with. So, how do you think about what your intake is on friendship in general? कि क्या impact लाता है youth के लिए, कि how आपकी surrounding पे क्या फर्क है?
जैसे आपने हदीस कोट की अलमरउ अला दीनी खलीलिही, दैट अ पर्सन इज़ अपॉन द रिलीजन ऑफ हिज फ्रेंड. आई थिंक जैसे आपने शुरू में मुझसे पूछा था रिगार्डिंग हाउ आई गॉट इनटू दिस, सो आई वाज ऑलरेडी डूइंग दिस ऑन इंडिविजुअल लेवल बिकॉज ऑल माई ईयर्स व्हेन आई वाज टीचिंग, व्हेन आई वाज कम्युनिकेटिंग विद द यूथ एंड पर्सनली गोइंग थ्रू इट माई सेल्फ. आप ज़िंदगी में शायद अपने 20s को एक ज़ाया कर देते हो, नॉट जस्ट ज़ाया, बट you feel that you haven't done enough, and then you start covering that in your 30s, and then you start covering it later on. You don't want the youth to be able to make that same, not a mistake, but I would say, go through that same experience. So you're doing that on your small scale. And you realize that the youth is going through issues like disconnection with the parents. Parents are having issues with the kids. They're not able to find good friends or good company. They need a mentor or a guide to be able to tell them, just don't make these mistakes. Just don't go that particular path. It's not always about, right now you just wants to go out and have fun. They just want to go out and have fun. We used to do the same thing. And now if somebody tells me like, I want to go out and party, I was like, why waste time? Because now you think in a different manner. They just want to go out and have fun. We want them to be able to have fun, but not at the expense of the hereafter, and not at the expense of compromising on their future, and be able to understand that they are a huge asset to this country. Huge percentage of youth, they need guidance. They need especially to be able to have that inner peace. They're disturbed. They just don't have anybody to talk to. Parents don't talk about anything else except grades. ये ग्रेड क्या है, ये क्या, ये जॉब मिली या नहीं मिली. Their focus is all about getting a good car, about good mobiles, stuff like that. And I always tell them, your identity is in what you make out of your own self, rather than having these things come and go. So they need somebody to talk to. They need somebody who can believe them. And as a team, we've been able to reach out on a bigger level. So I think youngsters are going through a lot of challenges. At the same time, I strongly believe on a positive side that they are very strong as well. They can do wonders compared to what the previous generation was able to do. And that's why I'm optimistic, and that's why we focus on the youngsters and feel that they can do big things.
Right. So as I was talking about friendship in general, how friendship plays a role, and I was thinking, I told you about that we were doing a show and we had a lot of backlash, and we had a lot of people who putting us कि आपको ये नहीं करना चाहिए and this and that. And at that point I called my friend and I said कि ठीक है, I can't say something because I'm in a public eye, and the institution knows me. But you should be in my support, and you should have that follow. I support his work in general inside. And people started calling me, यार देखो आपकी इमेज तो पहले ही खराब है, हम भी अपनी इमेज खराब कर ले और blacklist हो जाए. And that's the kind of impact, कि I've started feeling lonely in that point. कि I started feeling lonely कि I started believe कि यार मेरे पास ऐसे कोई दोस्त ही नहीं है जो मुझे support करे मेरे बुरे वक्त पे. And that was I was talking about कि how friendship plays a role in our lives.
Exactly. देखिए, when I was doing my bachelor's, so I started off with the Dialogue Society in CBM. I was the founder of that particular society. So it started with the boom, but as soon as activities started happening on a regular basis, लोगों ने जमा होना शुरू कर दिया. We used to have our own halaka in the students activity center. We would talk about a particular hadith of Bukhari, or maybe talk about whatever relationship challenges people are going and how it can end up. The management started getting a little reserved. So जब बुलाया मुझे तो मैं जाने लगा admin के पास. तो जाते जाते I think 7-8 लोग थे. But by the time I reached the admin office, I think I was alone. मैं पीछे मुड़ा तो कोई भी नहीं था. Everybody's like मेरे grades का मसला है, मेरा मसला है. But Afan, challenges are going to be there. This is where the filtering happens. Like I said, दोस्ती, everybody is going to be your friend. आपका हर कोई दोस्त होगा as long as they're having fun. साथ देने वाले बहुत कम होंगे. And this is what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, that in the end times the two things which will be difficult for you is basically dirham halal money, and akhi fillah, a brother for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because everything is going to go away. But since Allah is going to be there forever, and Allah will never waste that friendship, and will even make it last even when you are gone in, from this dunya. So दुनिया में बहुत कम दोस्त मिलेंगे साथ देने वाले. So value them. मैं हमेशा ऑडियंस को ये बोलता हूँ कि यार उन दोस्तों को वैल्यू कीजिए जो आपके मुश्किल वक्त में आपके साथ हैं, बिकॉज गुड टाइम्स में बहुत लोग आ जाएंगे. आपका माशाल्लाह अगर पॉडकास्ट बहुत आगे पहुंच जाएगा, बहुत लोग आएंगे, बहुत ताली बजाने वाले होंगे, बट नोबडी वुड बी देयर विद यू इन दोस स्ट्रगल्स. किसको बुला लिया, क्या हो गया, ये रिस्क हो जाएगा. यू वुड बी a risk for them. So this is नेमा, a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala आपको देखने का मौका देते हैं कि कौन साथ देने वाला है, कौन नहीं है.